What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy Bullets Gotti. You already know what it is I'm doing. And I'm going to be honest. I wanted to touch on this that I really want to touch on, but I really want to touch on this whole Puff, documentary, Peacock. Peacock is doing a whole documentary on Puff. You got um, Ron Lawrence from the Hitmen on there, uh, Sarah from Making the Band, Albie Shaw. You know, it's a lot of people that was in Puff Inner Circle that's in this documentary. I know they said 50's supposed to be doing a documentary, but I saw the preview of it, and this is my opinion, right? And this is how I feel. What they're basically trying to do with Puff and with Surviving R. Kelly. Remember, Surviving R. Kelly came out, right? This is a documentary that basically convicted this man. You know what I'm saying? The interviews, the documentary convicted R. Kelly. You know what I'm saying? And it was a lot of he said, it was factual. It wasn't that it was the truth. It was he said, she said, gossiping, rumors. And then he said, she said, gossiping rumors, you know what I'm saying, got R. Kelly with a case. You know what I'm saying? And with this whole thing with Puff, it's the same thing. You know what I'm saying? A bunch of he said, she said, gossiping rumors. You know what I'm saying? And it's coming from people that is disgruntled. It's coming from people that is no longer cool with Puff. You know what I'm saying? Some of the people, they have, every right to have their gripes. Because you can't tell somebody how to react towards a person. You know what I'm saying? And then you just got the people that's just doing it because they see a bag. They don't even have a gripe. They just seeing a bag. They ain't say nothing. But they having a bag. Like, I'll be sure. Like, dude, you mad with Puff because he took care of your responsibility as a man by raising your son. It's not like Puff mistreated him. It's not like Puff did anything wrong or dirty. He raised that man's son, and because he raised that man's son, that man is still mad about that. But he didn't step up to the plate as a man. And what people is doing to Puff is foul. You know what I'm saying? Because he fed a lot of people, man. He put a lot of people in position. You know what I'm saying? And to just go and just do a documentary to make this dude look like a monster, I just find it fucked up. I find it foul. And I find it that, money is the root of all evil. You know what I'm saying? Because everything that's being said about Puff in that documentary, right? Just looking at the preview, right? It's all slanders. Oh, he trafficked. They making it, look, they making him sound like him and R. Kelly. Just listen to that documentary, Surviving R. Kelly with R. Kelly, and then you listen to this documentary, it's the same BS. He trafficked, he did this, he did that. It's the same BS. You know what I'm saying? All because he said he was suing Diageo. All because he didn't want to sell back the publishing and the masters. So they like, yo, we gonna make him suffer. All because Puff did what he did. And he said what he said. All because he talked about a political party. All because of the things that he said. This is why he's going through what he's going through, right? I just don't understand, yo. Like, how can people live with themselves as men and women to just say this about this man? You know what I'm saying? And knowing what they saying about that man is not true. When you look at the documentary, you already know it's not true because it's a money play. You know what I'm saying? I looked at the documentary and I said to myself, yo, this is all a money play, B. You know what I'm saying? That's all it is. It's a money play. They want to check. They want to be in position. And a lot of people's hurting for money. It just make dudes just look desperate just how they come. Because some of the people that's on the documentary, Puff ain't fall out with them. They had nothing else to say about Puff. So the thing that bewilders me is like, everybody coming out the woodwork to get a check? Everybody coming out the wood. I'm like, oh, everybody coming out the woodwork to get a check. You know? Everybody got something to say. Everybody get on the platform and saying, oh, he did this. Oh, he did that. And I'm saying to myself, this is nothing but a money play. You know what I'm saying? The sad part is that they making him sound like he this monster that just had people against their own will. And we know, anybody with logical common sense could say, these people wasn't held beyond their will. They talking about he had minors, all type of nonsense they saying. And just listening to the whole preview, it just shows that they want to make sure they put a nail in the coffin to his case. They want to make sure Puff is found guilty, just like they did with R. Kelly. They just want to make sure they gave R. Kelly 30 years. They want to make sure they give Puff the same amount of time, which is messed up. You know what I'm saying? Which is messed up because at the end of the day, man, none of these things is true. It's factual. We just saw a lady lied, right, on Jay-Z and Puff, right? Lied. And now they don't care that somebody lied on him. Their thing is this. We want to get Puff. But what people got to realize, they've been targeting Puff for 30 plus years. They've been wanting to get Puff. For 30 plus years. For 30 plus years. Everything we know is bull. What people is failing to realize is that it's all a money. It's all about the bag. If they was victims, they would have said this all them years. They talking all this about this man, but they never said nothing about him 20 years ago, 15, 10 years ago. If these things supposedly had happened, why y'all just now getting on the net talking about? It's like with R. Kelly. All these random, he did me dirty. He was this, but they said he was a sweet, charming man. But then they try to turn him into a monster, you know? And really and truly, these women be acting like they was like a victim. Like these dudes was like, oh, they was just foul and they just mistreat. Like, come on, kill me with the BS. You know what I'm saying? R. Kelly should not be in prison right now. He should be free. Okay, he's in there off of he said, she said. Puff is in jail right now for he said, she said. You know what I'm saying? And now that they got a documentary, they gonna make sure that he don't get a fair trial. You know? People is cashing in, and really, it's an attention-seeking thing. They cashing in on money, but it's an attention-seeking thing. That's what it is. You know what I'm saying? They doing this while his trial is going on. And this is the same thing they did to R. Kelly. You know? Everybody talk about, oh, I got a story to tell. Like, I'm watching the preview. Kim Osorio. Everybody, like, I'm just watching this and I'm like, oh, I see what they doing. It's the same thing they did with Kels. You know, Kels was on trial, and how he got convicted was because they had a documentary about this man. You know what I'm saying? So the public opinion is going to go with this boohoo story that these people concocted, you know? And now the same thing. The same thing. You know, you got TMZ did all those documentaries on Puff. 3 of them. You got Peacock doing one. It's like they really trying to paint this man as a villain. They trying to push this guilty narrative on him. You know? And the sad part is that they doing all this because of what he said on Earn Your Leisure about being black successful entrepreneurs and how Diageo was doing him wrong and they was giving money to George Clooney and his partners with Casamigos and he wasn't getting none of what they was getting. They got $900,000. Almost close to $1 billion. You know, let me say that again. $900 million. I said $900,000. But they got $900 million, close to $1 billion for Casamigos. And Puff don't even get none of that. And he called it out. You know? And now you got this, you know, you got the cornball shit. You got, like I said, the cornball niggas like Albie Shaw. Albie Shaw's a cornball. I don't care what nobody say. Love his music. But son is a cornball. Nigga raised your son and you jealous of the fact that man was a better father than you. You know what I'm saying? Because Albie Shaw was chasing drugs. He was chasing women. He didn't have time to be the father that Puff was to his son. So you upset and you mad that your son loved that man more than he loved you. You know what I'm saying? So it's like what they doing to Puff is terrible. But you got to remember, his case came about because of he said, she said on the internet and because of BS that people were saying. And the sad part is, you know, they doing this all for a bag. You know? You know what I'm saying? But you got to remember, before R. Kelly, before Puff, Bill Cosby was being railroaded and attacked. You know what I'm saying? They threw Hannibal Buress out there to defend, to basically set the fire. And then they opened up the floodgates with all these women, 60 women. And then to make it diverse, they made sure they put women of color in there. Oh, no. Y'all think it's a lie here? We're going to put these women of color. We're going to put these Beverly Johnsons. We're going to put this one, that one. You know what I'm saying? To make it seem like it's not a racial thing. But, you know, all this shit is racial bias, man. And I just hope that, you know, people just don't understand, like, you know, what they doing is foul, man. What they doing is foul, man. But, hey, it is what it is, man. It's your boy, Bullets Gotti. Salute. You already know what it is.